from Los Angeles, California, for the Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Oh, hello there, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name is Kevin Kraft, joined once again by a man who fell down the stairs and lost his pants and underwear in the process, and is now vigorously rubbing his sore boner. That's Jeff Clark.
What's up, Illuminati?
And beaming to us from the Matterhorn, the bearded booger-eating yeti known as Shuddy Boy.
Yo, brat, brat.
Brat, brat, indeed. We are back. We are full of piss and vinegar. I don't know who pissed in us. I don't know who put the vinegar in there, but we're full of it.
Just more of full of oil and vinegar.
My girlfriend just actually had a good point that is leading me to a random brain question I have for you guys. Shiggity boom boom blow.
Oh, hold on. Let me fire that up. Sorry. I got so distracted by that other button. Nope, that's what Jeff suck a dick.
Play them all. We'll get there.
Nope, that's Letterbox D. Nope, that's Baking with Jeffy Cakes. Damn it! What are we doing again? Oh yeah, random brain question.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for today's Random Brain Question.
She's talking about how her least favorite day of the week is Monday. And I actually
What are you,
don't...
dating Garfield?
She's not the only person who's complained about Mondays.
What are her thoughts on lasagna?
Yeah.
She makes a fantastic lasagna. So
Does she have
I
a
think she
friend
likes
named
it.
Odie or Nermal?
Actually, she does have a friend named Scrody.
I've been trying to get her to invite Odie over so we can do a little menage a trois, a menage a three-way. No.
Little Mama would love Odie.
She's not the only person to complain about Mondays. Jesus Christ, now she's going to be pissed off. All right. Her thing is she doesn't like Mondays, whatever. She's typing out her reason why right now, but I'm bringing it to you guys. Do you have a least favorite day of the week?
It's usually it's Monday because it's generally, at least in the big acai world, it's when all the bullshit from the weekend finally comes to light, and there's so much to do. Like the weekends are busy, so everybody kind of just focuses on running the stores, and then anything administrative that needs to be handled gets thrown around on Mondays, which is when I'm typically the busiest and most stressed. So while I'm busting her balls for hating Mondays, I'm in the same boat as she is. So I'm not just throwing stones, I'm making light of it. But yeah, typically Mondays suck for me.
I should mention it. I don't really have a least favorite day of the week. Like Monday.
Sometimes by the time we start recording, I just immediately bite your guys' heads off.
Yeah, you can get grumpy on Mondays. I hear you.
Yeah, is that Garfield you're wearing on your shirt there, Shuddy? Is that your cat of
the
choice?
cat doing the Home Alone.
I would say, I don't know. Mondays are the easiest because it is your first day back for most people from the weekend. And, it's that's the day you have to reach back and fucking pull your ripcord, shake the cobwebs off a little bit. But I feel like every day sort of has its positives. I've sort of been trying to focus more on that in recent years than which one I hate the most.
What a change in attitude.
I mean, yeah, that directly goes against every other attitude you have. How do you live? Like my life sucks. Nothing's ever gonna go right, but it's Tuesday, so it's a great day. Like I don't understand.
Well, this is a carryover from before my life fell apart, but because and then television sort of played a role in it. So like when Game of Thrones was on, it was like I can't. How bummed out could I be that it's Sunday? There's a fucking new episode of Game of Thrones tonight. That's awesome. And Sunday, I feel like, is usually when a lot of networks or streamers will fire off their like most powerful missiles. So Sunday's usually a very good day for TV. Unless you have like some weird work schedule, I would say few people can bitch about Fridays. Monday through Friday work week. It's nice that it's fucking done. You got the whole week ahead of you. Saturdays, who can bitch about Saturdays? But, and then the nerd in me, every Wednesday, new comic books come out. Whatever day happens to be MSPH day, that's always a delight. And, I don't know, I would say years ago, though, looking at it through this lens, Sunday would probably be my worst. When I was a kid, I hated it because I was always forced to go to church every Sunday. So not only am I like, shit, this is the last day of the weekend, I have to go to church, and I have to go to school tomorrow, so I can't even like fully enjoy this day off. I remember sitting in church and be like, man, I'd rather be in hell than doing this.
Fuck, dude.
But then,
yeah, oh, go ahead, my bad.
Well, when I got older, and then I'm working for the Ellis show, I was essentially working 6 days a week because Sundays I'm putting together Monday's show. So like Saturday was my only real true day for myself. Sunday, I'm busy working, and I feel like a lot of people can understand, the Sunday blues. Like, sure, I'm off from work today, but I got to go to work tomorrow, and that's fucking lingering over me and bumming me out. So I guess Sundays. I would pick Sundays.
I legit don't really have. Well, if I had to, I guess I would go.
I mean, you can't pick Sundays, right? Because that's a big sports day.
Yeah, I love Sundays. Even in non-football season, the best basketball is usually Sundays. And then golf, final round is Sunday. I guess I'd have to say Monday, but I feel bad saying it because we do MSPH on Mondays. Man, I fucking love MSPH. I also get to reset my gambling week. I get to look at the new golf tournament odds. I've actually been betting really well on Mondays. I've been fucking sucking as the week progresses, which is like a weird change. It used to be the opposite. Now it's flipped.
See, now I don't feel bad about saying it, even though we do MSPH on Mondays, because the time difference, this is like the middle of your day. Like, this is how I end my shitty Monday. So, like, this kind of pulls me out of it. Like, those days that I'm really grouchy at the beginning, my attitude changes, and I'm in a better mood typically by the time we get to Patreon land. Like, so everything leading up to us recording is usually a shit show on a Monday. But you guys brighten my day.
Yeah, same here, fellas.
Shuddy, you're real close to seeing my nipples right now.
Tuesday, we have Taco Tuesday and then Discount Movie Day. I'm going to see that movie Mickey 17 this week.
Oh, I'm going to see that tomorrow too.
Nice. Wednesday, I do basketball with the homies in Orange County and usually do some sort of sports betting podcast Wednesday. Thursday is the start of basketball, golf tournaments.
And we do Queef or No Queef.
And Queef or No Queef, yep. Friday, Southern California kicks ass. Fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Saturday, I got no work responsibilities. I still do produce content, but, I don't have to go on an editorial call or anything like that. And then, we already talked about Sunday. Also, going back to Monday, I've brought this up in recent weeks. I am all in on WWE right now. It's fucking awesome. Got WWE Raw tonight. Got probably the greatest steel cage match ever with CM Punk versus Seth freaking Rollins. I'm just kidding. But I just like how they always say that. This is the greatest Monday Night Raw card ever tonight.
So Jeff, now that you're so into the WWE, and since your illustrious V-necks are usually like 3-packs from Hanes, do you ever get so into the spirit of it that when WWE starts, you just like rip your V-neck off like you're Hulk Hogan?
Actually, they just gave me a great idea. I might start that now. I have to. These white V-necks are getting a little old. I'm gonna have to re-up and get some new ones. So I think to retire these, I'm gonna just fucking rip through them like I'm Hulk Hogan.
Oh, it's me.
That should
Bulk,
be
Bulk
you should
Hogan.
do, that should be now a Monday night pre-Raw Instagram ritual. Is you just fucking ripping off your fucking shirt?
What's up, brothers?
Dude, I started looking at like championship belts. I was like looking at. I was like, oh, championship belt's only like $750. It's not bad.
The only problem is it doesn't fit through my belt loops.
But yeah, dude. So Mondays kick ass. I guess I just don't have a day in the week I dislike.
And today is Mario Day. Who could be bummed out about that?
Oh, what does that mean?
It's just a thing that I think.
March 10th. It looks like Mario.
Yeah, MAR10. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing it right now in the top right hand corner of my screen. It kind of makes sense. Okay.
It feels like years ago somebody like tweeted it out like, "Oh, hey, look, it's Mar 10. That looks like Mario." And Nintendo was just like, "Yoink, must capitalize on that." So like while I was getting ready
311 Day Eve is what it actually is, guys.
Oh, that's true. I mean, I know Dom loves Nintendo, so this is a very important 2 days for him.
He's gonna be on fucking bender.
Dom took today and tomorrow off. He's had a 4-day weekend in prep for these 2 days.
Yeah, when he submitted the request for days off, he just wrote, "Amber is the color of my energy."
You know how much fucking Mountain Dew he's gonna drink over the next 2 days?
Oh man, that leads a little bit into my weekend. I went to Mammoth. With
your weekend and my weekend kind of overlap a little because I went riding yesterday and did an end of season pond skim.
Oh, how did that go? Did you make it across?
Well, let's go with yours because mine was the end of the weekend. So you do yours and then we can loop into mine. We don't need to start with mine.
Well, Carl and I have had this trip planned for a while now. We went with my buddy Kay, who you guys have met, and his lady. So I was, I've been pretty down in the dumps lately with, no real prospects coming from the movie. It seems like no matter which way I crunch the numbers, like if I pull a Doctor Strange Infinity War and look into the future, it's just like, I just see 14 million disasters. I don't see any path to success. So I've been bummed out, hurt my fucking knee. And I don't know if this was... Did we talk about this last week when my fucking knee like really fell to shit?
Yes, we did.
Because I think that actually might have been...
I think you remember talking about this.
Yeah, because I think that was right before we started the show, or maybe it was on Sunday. Because like my knee was hurting so bad, like I stopped running. I went and got like a compression sleeve for it.
Yep.
And then coming home from going to Big Five, walking up the stairs from the garage, my knee just like shit its pants, and I was just like limping ever since. And I'm like, oh, cool, this is perfect. This is just in time for my trip to Mammoth. So I was real bummed out, and I'm just like, every day I wake up, I'm fucking limping, and I'm just like, all right, cool. So just in time for this trip where I was going to like, maybe forget about my life collapsing before my eyes and just hit the mountain, let my troubles fucking melt away. You know what that's like, Shuddy.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking zen. I'm not thinking about any negatives. I'm just like, I feel like I have superpowers. I'm fucking flying right now. This is great. And then that got taken away from me right at the finish line. So I still, acted like I was going to hit the mountain. We loaded up the car, packed up all my gear and shit. And, we drove from LA to Mammoth, which for anybody who's made that journey before, whoa, man, it is fucking beautiful. It's insane. Like California.
How long of a drive is it?
It was like 5 hours and change.
Did Carl behave in the car?
She did. Caught a lot of Z's on the way. But
Nice.
the only other time I've been to Mammoth was like pre-pandemic. I went by myself. The sugar glider or sugar gliders were still alive, so I had to bring them. And I just stayed in a Motel 6 for like a night. And that was the trip when, I get to the mountain and it looked like your typical day hitting the slopes, overcast, gray skies.
So when you came back burnt to a crisp, right?
Yeah.
Like with basically the raccoon eyes, if I remember correctly.
Well, yeah, like, and a couple hours in, the sun comes out, and I'm like, oh, well, this is also delightful. And then I'm on the chairlift going up, and I'm just like, man, my face feels really hot right now. And I was like touching it, and I'm like, ooh, it feels tight and leathery. So I did my run, I go into the bathroom, and I look in the mirror, and I am as red as Rudolph's nose. Like all the exposed skin. So I had goggles on, and I had like a little bit of a face mask going, but this strip across my mouth, my nose, my upper lip, plampity, all of that fried. And I got cooked so bad that I had sun poisoning. And like I'm back in the hotel room, and I start getting vertigo, and the room starts spinning, and I'm throwing up. Next day, I woke up with blisters on the inside of my nostrils. Because the sun was bouncing off of the snow, went up into my nostrils and sunburnt my nose holes. And that was also right around when I had a trip planned. You guys will definitely remember this one, when I accidentally for Mother's Day booked my mom and I a trip to a couples resort.
Oh yes, that nice romantic weekend away with Helen that you took.
Yeah. So not only am I at a romantic couples retreat with my mom, I am also sunburnt across the middle of my face. And it was like, and it was in the Florida Keys. So I'm now like walking around with an umbrella and like keeping to the shadows, because even with sunscreen on, anytime sun hits it, it was like someone holding a lighter to my face. So I was just like, all right, first trip to Mammoth, that was a little bit of a bust. And now I'm driving 5.5 hours to Mammoth with a fucking busted up knee. But man, I think the first trip I went, I drove like, it was after the show. It was like after work. So I drove up there in the middle, like during the nighttime. So I didn't get to see any of these cool landmarks. But you drive along the Sierra mountains, the fucking Sierra Nevada mountains and stuff. And like, it's crazy because like the road you're driving on, it looks like you're in like No Country for Old Men. And then to your left is like the ice wall from Game of Thrones. It's just nothing as far as the eye can see, but this massive stretch of snowy mountains. It's so fucking cool. But yeah, we get there, we get to the Airbnb, it starts snowing. And I'm like, wait a second, it wasn't supposed to snow. And I'm looking at the weather app, and it's like, it is not snowing. Hey, clear skies. I couldn't find like any fucking information on how much snow we're supposed to get, and it just keeps going. So, we find where the Airbnb is in this condo complex. And, of course, it's up like 2 flights of stairs. And by the time I get up them, my knee is screaming at me. And I'm just like, yep, I'm definitely not going to be able to snowboard tomorrow. So I'm fucking already miserable and pouting. Our friends arrive, and we're looking at dinner moves, and it looks like everything is like about to close. So we found this pizza place that was like open a little later. They don't do delivery. It's still snowing. So I was just like, all right, well, we'll pick it up. I'm sure we'll be fine. Get in the car to go get the pizza. And I have never seen snow like this. Now, I know I'm a SoCal, like, little fucking bitch boy, but I also spent 28 winters, the first 28 winters of my life in New Jersey, which snowed very, very frequently. I've driven through plenty of snow. I've driven through blizzards and stuff. No stranger to it. This was only like an inch of snow, and every snowflake that hit the ground instantly turned to ice. So the roads were coated in like an inch of ice. So to get out of this condominium development that we were staying in, there's like a steep kind of like 30-degree incline immediately, just starting, and could not get any traction whatsoever. Tires are spinning, going backwards instead of forwards. And I was just like, you know what? They do say, when the first time I went to Mammoth, it was like there are times where when the conditions get bad, there's a section of road where they have like a roadblock kind of set up. So they have cops out there like inspecting every car that goes by. And if you don't have snow chains on your tires, they pull you over and tell you to put them on. And if you don't have any, you just get fucking turned around. So I bought them. I've never had to use them. And I brought them with me on this trip. So I'm like, all right, pretty sure we can figure this out. So me and my buddy Kay got out and we were like putting these snow chains on my tires. And I'm now realizing I think I bought these snow chains when I had my last car. So they're fitting a little baggy. And we were just like, maybe that's their thing. Maybe they're supposed to be a little baggy. So
they're just loose. They're just loose snow chains.
Go back to that hill that I couldn't just get up, and now my tires are spinning. There's grinding noises, but I'm moving up a little bit. But it is like the amount, like the forward momentum is slower than if you were getting out and walking. And I'm like, all right, well, definitely can't drive into town and go pick up pizza at this pace. So I was just like, dude, we got to bail and find another way of doing this. So I get out and look, and the snow chains on the driver's side have completely fallen off. And the snow chains on the passenger side have gotten sucked in and wrapped around the axle and sucked into the wheel well. So I'm like, oh, fucking shit. You have got to be kidding me. So now we're texting the girls inside and be like, look, our only option now is Domino's. Someone's got to order Domino's. We're dealing with a fucking car catastrophe.
We're going to be stuck in this mountain.
So we pull onto flat ground and we're like trying to like reach under the car, unwrap these snow chains from my axle, and it's not working. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just jack the car up. Maybe that'll help. Open up my trunk, and this might be the first time in the 8 years I've had this car I've ever looked. Apparently, I don't have a spare tire or a jack.
What?
I don't know if that's because there was a donut in there and I used it or something, but I don't think so.
Well, they're not one-time use.
Well, I know, but like,
okay,
maybe it fucking blew out or something, or maybe my tires fucking shit their pants. I got a flat one day, put the donut on, drove it to a place, and they were like, "Yeah, this donut is done." I don't know. Whatever happened, I don't have a spare. I don't have a donut, and I somehow don't have a fucking jack. But luckily, my buddy did. So we get the car up, and it took us about an hour of like trying to squeeze underneath my car, getting covered in like dirt and snow, and it was like, I think 12 degrees out. And finally get this fucking thing out. And all I'm thinking is like, this jack is just going to wobble and one of us is going to get flattened. And it's probably going to be Kay because he volunteered to go under the car and dig the chains out.
You'd be investigated for murder.
I know. So in my head, I'm just like, all right, this is day one. I have a fucked up knee. My snow chains got sucked into my car. I can't drive and leave this complex. And I even, I was texting with Carl inside, who was inside, and I'm telling her about all this. And I'm like, look, you have the magic touch with this stuff. Can you please just call the pizza place and explain the situation and see if they'll give us a refund? They never answered their phone. She emailed them. They never wrote back. So I had to eat the cost of 2 pizzas that never got picked up. But luckily, Domino's came through, which, you know me, I'm a pizza slut. garbage pallet. I'll fucking scarf down Domino's with a huge smile on my face and just fight through the heartburn. But that was day one. And now I'm thinking to myself,
better.
I'm like,
Did it
Jesus
improve
Christ,
from there?
I'm going to have to drive 5 hours home. I'm like, I don't know what, if any, damage was done by these snow chains getting sucked in there. But yeah, the next day, we kind of got a slower start, made some breakfast, got ready, and we're going to the mountains, and I'm just like, I'm just right down the road from where we were staying. And, the parking situation was fucked because we got a late start, and I'm just like, this is, like, I don't know what I'm fucking doing. This is the dumbest thing in the world. I'll just drop you guys off. We don't have to worry about parking. I'll go back to the Airbnb. I'll hang out. Oh, I brought my Switch, so I'll be fine. You guys just have fun. And Carl...
Wait, you just punted on even trying to snowboard because of the knee?
Well, it was hurting real bad, and I did have my sleeve and stuff, and I did a fuckload of stretches and loosened up in preparation for it. And then I saw how bummed out Carl got, and she was like, she's like, I need you with me. I can't go by myself. And like, Kay, he's a skier. His lady has never been on a mountain before, so she was going to attempt skiing. And she's just like, I'm a beginner snowboarder. Like, I need you. So I was like, all right, you know what? I have a plan. I think I have an idea here.
This is where it always goes bad.
So we park about a mile away and caught a shuttle up to the mountain. And this is just Carl and I now on a solo adventure because the other couple, they had to go and pick up their rental gear and stuff. So we get to the mountain. We find out there's no bunny hill because like Mammoth is, it lives up to its name. It's fucking gigantic. And there's like 3 different lodges you can drive to. And I think the furthest from one to the other is like a 15-minute drive.
Jesus.
So you can start at all these bases. So we were looking at the website, and it said this one is like all skills, caters for families and beginners of all skill ranges. And I was like, all right, that's a good place to start. I shouldn't be pushing myself if I'm going to get on this board. You guys are beginners. We'll find the bunny hill. I'll test it out on the bunny hill. We get there, there's no bunny hill. That lodge does not have a bunny hill. So I took my board and I was like, because like some mountains, they have like condos like built into the fucking sides of the mountains, like near the lifts. So there were
probably pretty expensive, huh?
Oh my God, yeah. I could only shudder to think what those cost. But like there are paths because that's like right down by the bottom, by the base, and there are these little offshoots that I guess people that are staying there or live there can just veer off and not go to the lift and then just go towards the condos and stuff. So I was like, that stuff is that over there. That's very flat. It's very short. I'm going to strap in, and this will be the test of whether my knees can handle this or not. And I was like, I was shitting myself. I'm like, this is the dumbest thing in the world. Why would I, of all people, dealing with an intense knee pain where I'm limping, get into a fucking snowboard and press my luck? And it somehow worked. I tried it. I didn't get any fucked up knee pain. And I don't know if it was just how limiting and like a field of motion you get when you're wearing giant snowboarding boots and you're strapped into the bindings, and then add on top of that a compression sleeve. But like 0 knee pain. So I went to Carl and I'm like, all right, let's push it a little bit further. Let's just we'll ask someone who works here what the easiest trail to do is, and we'll try that. And it fucking worked. So I did a couple runs with Carl. I managed to go snowboarding for 2 days, and I didn't fall.
Yeah.
I didn't fall once, which was going to be the final test of how my knee would do snowboarding. Because I was just like, I did not push my luck at all. I didn't hit any jumps. I hit 1 blue. My very last run of Saturday, but everything was greens. I did the bunny hill when we went to the other lodge with the rest of the guys, and I was like, you know what, I'm I'm going to stay in my middle-aged fucking lane. There's no hot dogging. I'm just going to enjoy myself at a nice, gingerly fucking 42-year-old pace. And it somehow worked. And it ended up being a pretty dope trip, you know? Snowboarding and drinking during the day, and then go back and playing four-person Mario Party. Put on...
Nice.
We watched Hot Tub Time Machine.
That's like a great skiing movie when you're staying on a mountain, for sure.
Oh, yeah. And Carl had only seen it once with me, and she was like, I remember really liking this. And Kay's lady had never seen it before. And it was a big hit.
It's a pretty rad movie.
Yeah. I mean, if you've never seen
Starring
it...
Rob Corddry.
Right
He
there.
was also in The Second Coming of John Cooper.
He's very famous.
Which, you know, should be in theaters soon, but isn't.
It should be in theaters right now. It should be on its 12th week, number one in the box office.
It actually should have just cleaned up at the Oscars last weekend.
Yeah, we were robbed. I'm sure there's some 3-letter acronym we can blame for it. I just don't know which one. But yeah, Mammoth kicked ass. It was very fun. My knee, it's definitely not happy with me today. But I didn't have a disaster. I didn't go to the hospital like I thought I was going to have to do. And I think that has a lot to do with just the fact that I took it so easy and didn't fall once. Because falling probably would have fucked me up. Stairs are an absolute fucking nightmare right now. And even if I'm like if I'm at the supermarket or something and I'm like standing up and I like turn to look at something, just like pivoting is like I'm getting Tanya Hardinged. It's bad. So I don't know what to do. I got a compression sleeve. I'm trying that out. I'm icing it a lot. I'm stretching a lot. I'm not running. So hopefully in a few weeks it's back to normal. But man, it is a huge bummer. I never thought in a million years I would feel guilty that I haven't run in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, dude.
The guilt will subside in a couple more weeks, then it'll be hard to get back.
Once my titties grow back. All my
Well,
work.
that'll motivate you, I guess.
I mean, I am still like exercising every day, so I'm still finding ways to work out, but like I think the reason why I lost like a significant amount of flubber was from all the cardio. And I just got to figure out a way to sort of, put some duct tape over the cracks in the dam and keep me afloat until my knee's better. But Shuddy, how did your adventure to the slopes go?
So last year, I'm glad that I didn't do this last year because my abilities were not what they needed to be for this event. And they probably, arguably, weren't this year either. But I decided I wanted to do it last year, and it got canceled because it was too warm. And this year it finally happened, so I decided, hell yeah, I'm going to do it. It's at the mountain I always go to. I'll just go ride for the whole day. Like, I'll just...
Is that the one that we went to?
Mountain all day. No. This one is closer, and it's a smaller mountain.
Oh, okay.
I haven't been back to that one that we went to since you came, actually. But the morning riding was pretty good. I wrecked pretty hard a couple of times in the family park.
What kind of a wreck?
So
falling on your face or falling on your ass?
One of each. One of each. The weather yesterday was great for riding. It was in the low 30s when I got to the mountain at 9 a.m. So it was, then they made snow Saturday night. So it was fast. But where the family park is, it's in the shade. So it was ice.
Ooh. That sucks.
And so first I hit the jump in the family park, which I had been I've hit a bunch of times and was feeling really confident, so I carried a shit ton of speed in as much speed as I could get into it and landed funny and caught the toe edge and then just slammed my chest like on the backside of the tabletop.
You had one of those falls
Uh,
like last year, right? Where it like knocked the wind out of you or something, or
yeah, but that was like 2 weeks into my adventure riding. Like that was before I even knew what I was doing. Um, and then my second trip through the park, I jumped up to get on to a rail that is like that nylon plastic, and it's about board width. And I hopped up on it. I had to jump to get onto it, and when I landed, the board just scooted out from under me and landed square on my ass on the rail, bounced off, and landed on the ice and like cracked. There was like a indentation from where my ass hit the ice and broke it. So I bailed on the park the rest of the day and just bombed the mountain because the reality of what I had signed up for didn't hit me until I started talking to people as the day went on. And they kept saying, well, what you have to do is you have to bomb from the top of this black to have enough speed.
oh,
So I went up to the top of this black that is one that this black diamond run that I can see from the lifts and never looked like something I ever wanted to get my ass on. And I was like, oh, I better give this a shot before game time.
you didn't want to get your ass on that big black?
Ended up my ass was all over that big black because I could not stay up. I even trying to plow, snow plow down it.
Big
I could
black
not.
cock.
Like the board just kept coming out from under me.
Big black cock.
But I went. I hung out with another crew that was going off of another thing. But by that time in the day, it had gotten up to like 55 degrees. So
Yeah, that'll make the conditions a bit sticky.
So it was like riding on mashed potatoes. And leading up to it, I bombed the blue that led down to the pond a couple of times and could not stay up. Like I always would get a little too nervous and hit the brakes, and then just the board would skate out from under me. So the whole hour I waited for my turn to go, my biggest fear was that I was going to eat shit before I even got to the pond. Like that was like, because, you were riding with me. I have my helmet sticks out. Like my helmet is an obnoxious yellow. So everybody would see me eat shit staring up the mountain, watching me come down for this.
Did you do multiple attempts?
No, you got one attempt, but so again, I didn't really know what I was getting myself into because I did not plan appropriately for failure. Like I brought an extra change of clothes just in case I got wet, but I didn't bring extra snowboarding pants. I didn't bring extra boots. So failure meant my day was over at 1:00. But they also didn't close off the run that you had to use to get to the pond. And when they sent me on a full send bomb, which I have never done in my life, I was having to do it while weaving between slow ass kids on skis.
Oh, that's always fun.
But once I got within 20 yards of the pond, I knew I didn't have enough speed. I knew it was not going to end well. And I made it about 2/3 of the way before I the front end of the board tipped in the water, and I just fucking
Went right in the drink.
Ate shit, and
how fast were you going when you ate shit?
I mean, I lost a lot of speed, so I wasn't going that fast. The temperature of the water was more jarring than the force that I hit the water with.
I remember when you were telling me that you wanted to try and like skim across the pond. I'm like, the fuck? What are you talking about? You like just learned how to snowboard. You want to now skip like a stone across the pond?
Yep.
Like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I hit the water and my brain just shut the fuck down.
I mean, 2/3 of the way. I mean, that's admirable. That's an admirable amount of water to skim across.
And apparently, I ate shit in an entertaining enough way that I got a free lift ticket. That's good until the end of next season.
Did anybody film it so we could play it on YouTube?
I could not find anybody to go with me. I'm hoping that it goes up on their social media. Like, there's news articles about it. Like, I was digging through my usual sources, and hold on.
No one's got you featured in any of the online articles.
No, I looked, and
you know what you should have done. You should have pulled you should have pulled a Teen Wolf and like pulled your nuts out of like the zipper of your pants. That would have been remarkable and eye-catching.
But, like, I go to this site UPI for Shuddy Boys fucking news.
We're familiar.
The home of Martin reruns.
No, that's UPN.
All right, Shuddy is sharing his screen.
This article right here in the odd news is the event that I was at.
Skiers, snowboarders attempt to cross 80-foot pond.
It's loading.
Okay. So we'll be able to see pictures of what Shuddy is talking about. The pond, the 80-foot pond that Shuddy Boy, a relative beginner snowboarder, tried to skim across. And so once you got out of it, because like, I remember when I was a kid, I fell through a fucking lake one time and running home. I guess the water is brutally cold, but it wasn't like freezing temperatures outside, right?
No, it was beautiful out, but I ate shit sort of like that, but nose of the board, not tail of the board.
That seems like it would be a way more entertaining bail. So a lot of people are skimming across, and then they kind of like get up on their tail end and then fall backwards on their ass. Shuddy, going your nose dipping in and then that stopping and throwing you forward probably looked way cooler than those fucking bails. I'm very disappointed in UPN
all I know
for not featuring you.
That was actually NBC 10 News Philadelphia where they got that video footage from.
Well, they're dead.
But it was fun. I had a lot of fun, but I got out. I got out of the water and just like it was pouring out of like I had a windbreaker and a sweatshirt on. I was covered. Like got out to the car, like I took my mittens off and the water just fucking poured out of them. I took my boots off when I got to the car and turned it upside down and water was just here. I can forward you.
I mean that's almost like doing a cold plunge.
Yeah, it's exactly what it was. And the dude said, the guy that helped me out of the water was like, unstrap your bindings and I'll get your board. And my brain just like shut down because I'm riding the step-ins now, like you rode when we were riding together. And like I couldn't fucking figure out what I needed to do to get out of them. And like I only unstrapped my back foot like you normally do. And he's like, no, both feet. And then I tried to walk away without the snowboard. Like I was just the shock of the water temperature was...
It fucking scrambled your brain.
You crap your pants for you is the only... Hold on.
That was audio of Shuddy when he got out of the water.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it happened. Like I'm sending you a video of when I first took my boot off and...
Can you play it on the... On the screen share in Zoom? So, are you going to attempt this again, Shuddy?
Yes.
How often do they do it? Is it once a year?
So what I'm gonna do is it's once a year at the end of the season.
Well, next year we should take some money out of the Patreon funds and just pay some kid $20. Be like, just hang out here and film me attempting this.
Yeah, I mean, I'll bring my extra boots next time and ride instead of in my. Like that's like from like 20 minutes after I got out of the water. And then this is. I said that's all the water that dripped out of them when I put them on the patio when I got home to dry.
So was it worth it, Shuddy? Was it worth it to you?
It was. It was fun. I'll plan better. I'll bring the boots I don't like wearing to wear for this, so then I can keep riding the rest of the day. I'm the only bummer was that it killed the rest of my day on the mountain.
Yeah, that sounds like a day ender. So
Yeah,
were you
when
like
your boots
completely
are-
head to toe submerged in the water when you ate shit?
So maybe this much of me didn't go into the water.
So from
'Cause-
nose up.
Right. But like so the back of my helmet, the inside of the back of my helmet was wet. So like I must have been like this in the water. So just like my eyes didn't go out cuz the inside of my goggle like the foam on the outside of my goggles wasn't wet. But I got out to the car, I put my arms down and water just poured out of the sleeve of my windbreaker.
God damn it, guys! I'm freezing my fucking nuts off.
I mean, once the initial shock, I mean, it wasn't that bad. But it was definitely worth it, and I'm looking forward to do it again.
That failed.
I'll just have to get better at riding big blacks, so I can bomb it properly next
Yeah.
year.
You need to get yourself a size trainer. Well, it's exciting. Now we have something to look forward to next year.
Yeah,
Video of Shuddy eating shit.
I really want to do it again.
That sounds terrible. I never want to do that.
Oh, you should come do it. It's fun. It was actually fun.
That sounds bad. I don't want to get fucking thrown into ice cold water with all my gear on.
Well, so I was one of the more boring people doing it. Like and I apologize for using the term the kids that I was hanging out with because they were all very obviously adults in their early to mid 20s, so they aren't kids. But like they did it in like shorts and t-shirts, and the one kid did it in jean shorts and a jean jacket. Like
maybe we can construct over the course of the next year like a Leonard the Weed Pickle costume or like a big all-seeing poo.
Yeah, I mean, people were wearing costumes while doing it. So again, I have an extra pair of snowboard boots from earlier, the ones I was riding earlier in the year. I'll just wear those and not all of my gear. Go early.
You could always just have your penis hanging out of your pants.
I think instead of getting me free lift tickets or the opportunity for a free season pass, that would get me kicked off the mountain permanently.
No way. They're going to build a statue of you, like a bronze statue, like gnarliest dude ever, Shuddy Boy. And it's just you, like, striking a pose like you're skimming across the water, and then your bronze penis is hanging out of your pants. Fucking pigeons will be perching on there and pooping on your wiener. Yeah. All right, fine. The poo it is. All-seeing poo. That's a good backup.
But it was fun. I'm looking forward to doing it again.
Speaking of doing things again, would you guys like to play a game?
Yes.
This is a game
real quick.
we've played once, so we're bringing it back. What's up, Shuddy?
I was just going to say, did you listen to the new Wu-Tang single that Jeff had mentioned?
Yeah. Mandingo?
Fucking rules.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, it was pretty rad.
But the game that we are bringing back is... I don't really remember the official name for it. There's no intro. There's no jingle. But, I don't know. I'll just riff something. Weird fucking Facebook shit.
There it is. You just fucking freestyled it, and now we officially have a name for it. Weird fucking Facebook shit.
This all comes courtesy of a Threads account that I discovered called Insane FB Marketplace. So they curate a whole bunch of listings of the most bizarre shit that people are selling on Facebook Marketplace. And I have taken screenshots and blurred out the prices. And Jeff and Shuddy will try to make their guesses and see who gets the most correct answers. Or closest without going over, because we like to honor the prices right here. So I got, I think, 9 of these. And there are objects in both that will be very exciting, specifically to Shuddy Boy and specifically to Jeff. And then just some straight up weird shit. So we'll start on the lower end, lower stakes of the fabulous prizes spectrum. This is, can you guys see it okay? Because I also don't really know what you guys are seeing.
A nipple mug.
Does it zoom in when I zoom in?
It does.
Cool. Technology is awesome. So
it even refocuses when you zoom in.
This is a boob mug. It is a single tit. It looks like a brown tit. It's got a handle, and you drink the coffee or tea or whatever you choose to put inside of this out of the nipple. And the description even says, coffee boob cup, drink out of the nipple like old times. So what do you guys think this coffee boob mug is selling for on Facebook Marketplace?
I can't imagine it going lower than $3.50. So I'll guess $3.50.
I will go $7.72.
Kicking things off with a point for Shuddy Boy. That mug is going for $15. And I believe it was discounted from $25.
Shoot me that link. I'll make a bid.
I can only imagine, because it's like even if you were like, yeah, fuck yeah, man, that's sick. I want to drink my coffee out of a tit. It's also like, all right, this is used. What the fuck was this guy doing to this thing beforehand, before he sold it to me?
So,
did he buy 2 of them and titty fuck them?
The day when I was in the bowling league with the Squids at the private club that they all belong to.
Wow, they belong to a private bowling club?
No, they belonged to a private social club that happened to have a bowling alley underneath it.
Wow. It was good to be in a ska band back in the day, huh?
It was called the Fleas, the International Order of the Fleas in Easton. It was rad. It was a lot of fun.
The Order of the Fleas let the mind control squids in?
Yep.
Interesting.
Because they were, well, all of their dads were members, so they were legacies.
Oh my God. Second generation ska band.
But if you bowled under 100, they had a mug that was about 5 inches tall, and it was a balding dude. And then it had like a 4-inch penis coming off of it. And if you bowled under 100, you had to drink out of that cup.
What do you have to drink out of it? Cum?
No. It would be an alcoholic beverage.
Do they pay for it? Or is that like added to your bill? Like you had to buy this beer and drink it out of the dick.
Somebody would pay for it, but drinks were not expensive. Like I would drink a pitcher of Captain Morgan Tattoo, right? That's the Captain Morgan? Hold on.
I mean, if we were there bowling like a bunch of rounds, I would tank a couple of them just to get, a couple free drinks out of it. Like,
I would get
I'm comfortable enough
of,
in my sexuality to where I'll drink a few free beers out of a fucking dick mug.
I would get a pitcher, like a full-size beer pitcher of Captain Morgan Tattoo, which was a Captain Morgan spiced rum, and birch beer for $15.
Oh, dang. The 2000s. All right,
when boys could be boys.
Next item up for bids. Let's see if hitting this arrow works out in our favor. It did. This is an electric chair.
Whoa.
Don't text.
Yeah, electric chair. Call, parentheses, hidden information. No texts. I don't text. That is the heading of this listing for an electric chair. Now, I don't know if this is an art piece, if this is decommissioned, or if this thing actually functions.
No. None of this looks legit. This looks like a Halloween type prop.
It's fucking cool, though. It's kind of fucking cool.
Ask Ralph if it's still available.
I don't think I want to talk to Ralph.
Don't text him. You don't like phone calls.
Yeah, this is just an immovable object getting hit by an unstoppable force. I don't want to call this guy, and he doesn't want my texts.
I am going to say that this is $103.
103. Interesting.
I'll say $345.
Well, Jeff, you overshot. Shuddy, even if we weren't playing by going over rules, you still were a little bit closer. This is a $200 electric chair.
Damn it.
But again,
I think it used to be an electric chair. I believe in its authenticity. Although I would like a certification of that authenticity if I was going to spend $200 on it.
Well, don't expect Ralph to text it to you. He does not text.
Maybe he does email.
This would be cool to have, like, if you have a yard, to, like, for Halloween, put, like, a skeleton in that and just leave it on your front yard. It's a sick Halloween decoration.
Yeah.
By the way, if you would like to see any of these objects, you can just go to youtube.com/MadScientistPartyHour and see what we're seeing. All right, item number 3 on Insane Facebook Marketplace is something that I would actually really want. This is a Batman CRT TV. It doesn't say the size though, but that's
got to be like a 13 or a 15 inch.
Yeah, these TVs were never all that big, but it's swooped. The frame of it is like a little swooped to look a little bit like a Batman cowl, and then it has the Bat logo, the traditional looking one, on the front of the TV, like below the screen, and the controller is shaped.
A Batarang.
Yeah, it's Batarang shaped. It has the Batman logo on it. This is fucking sick. Like, one of the most fun things, and there were many, about Dominic's parties back in the day, were he had off to the side, like next to his kitchen, an old CRT TV hooked up with retro gaming consoles. So you'd just be like blasted throughout the night and look over, and there's an intense, Dr. Mario competition going, and you go and get in on it. Then people are playing Mortal Kombat, and that was very, very fun. And just having it hooked up to like an old school TV, so the picture's not stretched out or distorted. If I were a rich man with disposable income, I would like to recreate that in my home someday. Have an old tube TV with retro consoles hooked up to it. I bet you, Dominic, if Dominic gets a Christmas bonus this year, I'm gonna have to send him a link to this. Description says it works great. It includes the owner's manual. Shuddy, I can't believe that you and I never knew that this existed in the first place.
I'm trying to figure out which Batman logo. Like, I want to Google this thing and see which
It looks
Batman.
like the Tim Burton one.
Yeah, but is it Returns or is it Forever? Yeah, right. Yeah, Batman Returns is the second one. Batman Forever is the third one. Batman and Robin is the fourth one, right?
Yeah.
I think this is a Forever piece.
Either way, I fucking want this so bad. And
It's
it does,
still fucking rad.
it looks really tiny. But
Jeff, you get first guess, buddy.
You really want it, Kevin? I feel like you can buy that for $75.
all right, kicking things off at $75. Shuddy boy, what is your bid?
117 doll hairs.
Well, this is not cheap. You could probably get a nice, decent 50-inch flat screen for cheaper. This is a $400 TV.
Really?
Yeah. But damn if that thing's not fucking
What's holding
cool.
you back? Why don't you tell Carl to get it for you?
Not having a job.
That's what I'm saying. Get Carl to buy it for you. It's about time she becomes a team player.
I don't think she's in the market to buy me a $400 13-inch CRT
It is.
TV.
It is a 13-inch TV.
You got it through an injury to hit the slopes with her last week. The least you can do is buy you a Batman CRT TV. Critical is that a Batman Critical Race Theory TV? Is that what that stands for?
No, cathode ray tube, I believe. It's not.
Yes,
Critical
that's
Race Theory.
It's not the acronym that used to trigger half of my family before they were told a different acronym triggers them.
It came out in 2005.
Wow, that's late for a fucking 13-inch tube TV. All right, next item up for bids is this thick-ass fucking mannequin.
Wow.
Look at that.
Whoa. It's a Rebecca J mannequin.
That is like if they were to reboot the 1980s rom-com mannequin for modern times, you kiss that mannequin and it turns into Black China.
I want that mannequin to sit on my face.
Oh, look at that thigh gap.
For real.
The description for this says, plus size full body mannequin, very curvy, Brazilian BBL.
I was just gonna say that's a BBL if I've ever. Still don't fucking understand what a BBL is, but
I think it's a Brazilian butt lift.
is it Brazilian butt lift? I always thought it was a big booty lift, but okay. I mean same difference.
Also,
Context clues get us to the same point.
now that I'm like looking at this on a computer and I can zoom in a little bit, it looks like they're selling this fucking headless giant-assed mannequin from like an abandoned pet store. Like, are these animal cages in the background, like bird cages?
No, those are glass cases, Kevin. Those are glass display cases.
Those are for my He-Mans. Jeff, did you just get a side done?
I did. I blued an entire side.
Yeah, but what does the rest of it look like?
It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. Just trying to cover one of the 6 sides at a time.
Strutty boy, what's your first bid on this thick ass mannequin?
$420.
$420, all right. Jeff, what do you think this mannequin sells for?
A tenth of what Jetty does. I'll guess $42.
Well, Jeff, it's yours.
Yes.
This thick mannequin goes for $148. Oddly specific.
Do they accept text? Let's try to get it down to $144.
This strikes me as the type of person who will text you back. This next item, Shuddy. Try to suppress the volcanic eruption of cum that's about to shoot from the bottom of your screen. This is a collection of Mountain Dew. So,
Episode 1.
yeah, this is the collection of Episode 1 Mountain Dew themed cans. The only one that this guy said is not included is the gold Yoda can, which I don't know if that was just like a golden ticket where one in every 10,000 24 packs of Mountain Dew came with a Yoda, but this guy did not get a Yoda. But
this guy doesn't know what he's talking about because there's also Pepsi cans in there.
That's
this
true.
is not just strictly a Mountain Dew collection.
Well, hold on.
Like there's Pepsi and Diet Pepsi.
There's more to this slide. So, okay, this is the text of it. They had cans displayed in their cases. Were taken out and are in the can. I will not ship. So you can pay to have this shipped to you, or you can go pick it up. Will not separate. You buy this entire collection of Mountain Dew cans, all or nothing. Some are full, some are empty. The boxes will come with them. The Mountain Dew, Pepsi, Diet Pepsi do not have Yoda, gold can. Game of Thrones box and can. Several of the Dew Store tall can releases. Here's some more. Here's like Mountain Dew Zero. I don't know how many of these you can identify, Shuddy. There's white label, green label, black label Mountain Dew.
I've never seen those.
This one looks like a Dark Knight one up here.
I want to know why the ad says, if I can find more pictures, I'll post them. Can't you just take more pictures?
Exactly. But, you know, this person collects Mountain Dew cans, so. Got some Code Red over here. This one's like a purple one. And I think there's one more slide here. Yeah, so here's a bigger picture. Dew Shine. Do you know what that is, Shuddy?
I've never heard of Mountain Dew Shine.
It looks like it's in a moonshine jug with like one finger slot little carrying thing on the side of it. Like a jug, like a glass jug of moonshine. You can kind of see here, Shuddy, there's a big display case of just rows and rows of different Mountain Dew cans. And unfortunately,
citrus flavored Dew. I'm interested in the Mountain Dew Dew Shine.
Clear cactus flavors. Non-alcoholic. 24 ounces. So unfortunately, this person didn't give too many details in the description. We don't know how many cans are up for bid, but it looks like this one, the Dew Shine, that looks sealed. I can see liquid in there. So what would you pay for this mountain collection of Mountain Dew?
It's not what we would pay. It's what they're asking for it, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to guess $224.
All right, the gauntlet has been thrown.
I am confident this Mountain Dew collector thinks this collection is greater than it is. And I am going to say that he has it priced in the neighborhood of $575.
That is another point for Jeff. $250. You are off by 26.
Almost reasonable.
It also says, or best offer. So, Shuddy, you might be able to talk this guy down if this hasn't sold yet.
But he won't ship it.
Yeah, but you could swing the shipping. You were ready to pay $575 or whatever.
No, I did not say that I was ready to pay $575 for it. I said he was going to value it more than it's worth.
You can save that bottle of Dew Shine and crack it on the day you retire. It's been a good life. Time for some Dew Shine. All right. Next item up for bids. This seems like it would be up Jeff's alley. This is a Newport cigarettes themed dresser. So it's just a clothes dresser painted to look like a pack of Newports.
A few of my buddies in the group chat got that.
Selling my one-of-a-kind new sort 100 dresser. I've only used it for 10 months to hide some poop-stained underwear whenever people would come visit. That's actually in the description, so who knows? Is this guy trying to be funny, or did he actually hide his poop-stained underpants in his Newport cigarette pack-shaped dresser?
This is my opinion on this. He moved in with his girlfriend who wants him to get rid of this.
Fucking
or
bitch.
his significant other, and the seller does not want to get rid of it, so they made up that poop-stained underwear thing to make people not interested in buying their prized possession.
Or is this the guy from when we played this a few weeks ago who is also getting rid of his used fleshlight collection, and this is what he kept it in? And his girlfriend is like, I don't want your fucking fleshlights, and I don't want your Newport cigarette dresser anymore.
I want to know what the second picture of this listing looked like. What did they show in the second picture? Like, was a drawer open and there were poop-stained underwear in there?
I wish this Threads account came with links, because it's literally just screenshots. But yeah, what do you guys think this Newport dresser is going for? Kind of makes me want to have a cigarette.
$126.
Good guess. I'll guess $75. I think I don't know, to sell it in good faith, according to his significant other's wishes, he got it down to a reasonable price, but then he sprinkled in the poopy underwear because he didn't want to sell it.
Well, Shuddy, you were the closest. This item could be yours for the low, low price of $235.
So not only did he price it more than he should, he also included the poopy underwear. He absolutely does not want to sell this dresser.
Yeah. But hey,
I want this and the mannequin.
For any Newport cigarette enthusiasts out there, this is a must-have item. So best of luck to you. All right, our last three items in the game are some of the more higher tiered. These are the fabulous prizes. This is the showcase showdown of Price is Right. Of stupid ass Facebook shit. I already forgot how the jingle goes.
Dude, what's the score right now?
Shuddy, you're winning.
Okay.
I didn't know we were keeping score. Damn it.
I think Jeff only got 2 right so far.
How many does he have?
5? 6? Or 4? 4 or 5? Okay. This next
didn't
one.
know we were going to keep score either.
No. But I do know Shuddy's winning. Jeff, this next item is truly a Jeff Clark lottery win purchase. This is an M&M dispenser machine. So this looks like something straight out of the M&M store in Times Square. It's
Candy
almost
included.
like when you go to the supermarket and they have those big dispensers of coffee beans that you put the bag under and you pull the handle. It's that, but for M&Ms. It's M&M themed. It has all the different colors and flavors of M&Ms. It's got the two M&M guys up top.
What do you mean by flavors of M&M?
Well, they have, limited edition ones. There's like the peanut butter M&Ms. There's the M&M Crunch.
All right. I think this dispenser though is just like you said from the M&M store, where it's just different colored regular old M&Ms.
Well, this one says it's an incredibly rare one, and they think it's at least 20 years old. Came from a candy store that recently closed down. It's showing its age. It has scuffs. All the cartridges and dispensers work, and they claim there's around $500 worth of M&Ms still inside of it. I don't know if you would want to eat them. I don't know if those are airtight, sealed containers, and the M&Ms in there have to be at least 20 years old, like this guy is saying.
So I don't see how that's $500 worth of M&Ms from what you can see in the picture.
No.
That looks like maybe like $75 worth of M&Ms.
Maybe by today's grocery prices, that's $500 worth of M&Ms, but not when this store was in business. Jeff, M&Ms, you have gone to bat and said a handful of times that those are your favorite candies, right?
Yep. Yeah, as boring as it is, I love M&Ms. I actually got a little bit of M&Ms in my fridge. I like to refrigerate them, eat them cold.
Hurts less when I shove them up my ass.
I will guess $315.
Shuddy, what do you guess this M&M dispenser display case goes for?
$666.
That's another point for Shuddy. This is a $2,000 M&M display.
Wow.
Yeah. This next item is probably what Jeff's second purchase would be after winning the lottery. This is a retired Hooters sign. So this is all the letters of a Hooters restaurant that definitely got pulled off the side or the front of it. It is the neon letters that spell out Hooters. And I know Jeff, once he buys his mansion, it is going to have a neon Hooters sign on the side of it or the front of it.
That is called a raceway sign.
I have more class than that. I put it in my man cave.
All right, what do you guys think a retired Hooters sign goes for?
$1,769.
I will guess 150. No, wait. $130.
Another point for Shuddy.
What? Are you fucked?
Dangerously close to a sweep. That is going to cost you $4,500 of your lotto winnings, Jeff.
Oh my God, there's no way anyone buys that. No way.
And the final item of the game.
Ridiculous.
Always the biggest. Last week, it was a set of escalators that were ripped out of a mall. This one I saw going around a bit on social media, so hopefully you guys did not see this, but somebody is selling a used 1988 Gravitron carnival ride.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That might be the coolest thing that we've seen in one of these yet.
Yeah. An OG Do carnivals still have a Gravitron? Does that still exist?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been to a carnival in a very long time, so I can't say. But...
Wait, is this where it spins around really fast and you stick to the wall?
Yes, sir.
Man. All right. Do I guess first?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
This has to be at least $12,000.
$55,000.
So a little bit of history about the Gravitron. If you've never seen one of these at a carnival, it's just like it looks like an alien spaceship. You go inside of it, you put your back up against the wall, it spins so fast that you are stuck to the side of the walls, and a couple of like fucking big wiener havers in the 80s were able to actually stand up and walk on the walls when the Gravitron was going. Some people barfed. I used to love this ride until I got a little dizzy. I remember going like in my late teens, maybe early 20s, and I was like, that is my last Gravitron ride ever. But the Gravitron first appeared in 1983. It was manufactured by a company called Wisdom, which is why this listing says 1988 Wisdom Gravitron. It's a modification of an earlier ride called the Rotor. And
which they had at I don't know if they still have it. Hershey Park had a Rotor, which is the one that I rode on first. And what that one did is you stood straight up with your back and legs against the wall, vertical, like straight up, and then it would start spinning, and as it spun, the floor would lower.
oh shit!
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that's how it worked for me too.
Because I remember the Gravitron had like a dude in the middle. It was almost like
the ride operator was up top.
Okay.
Let's see if I can.
Well, Shuddy Boy, you win the game. That is a $60,000 Gravitron.
Oh my God.
I almost overshot it.
Didn't you guess 55,000?
Yep.
I did.
What a guess.
Man, could you imagine having your own fucking Gravitron? I mean, it would be worthless to middle-aged me because I'm not getting on that shit now, but you imagine the fucking baller to just be like, yeah, instead of buying a fucking, new SUV, just got myself a Gravitron.
Would you ride in it? If he was like, yeah, dude, it works.
Maybe. I might suffer through because remember when Shuddy is about to screen share. Carl and I were driving home and passed a oh shit. When was this taken? 1940?
Well, yeah, these pictures are really old.
I think I saw Oppenheimer in the
really
background
old.
of that one.
But yeah, you'd walk in like this door, and then the walls would just start spinning.
Man.
Yeah.
I love how they have
that's
to
the
have
type
no
of one that I would
smoking
ride.
signs.
Oh, that'd be sweet. Ripping a cigarette while you're fucking in the
Dude,
Gravitron.
You would probably just like take like the teeniest tiny little drag and then boof, the whole fucking cigarette is just gone in one hit. You look like Shelley Duvall in The Shining. But yeah, Carl and I passed a carnival in Culver City a year or two ago, and just like we're like, hey, let's just stop in. This is cool, and just impulse pulled the car over, went to a carnival. We went on the Zipper, and I was fucked up for 2 days.
Fuck the Zipper.
Yeah, I think it's something I never thought would happen to me, but I aged out of like carnival rides. I could still do, roller coasters and shit, but I don't think I can do carnival stuff. Is just too small and contained. Outside of, I could do the pirate ship. I could do like drops. I've always loved drops, but spinning in circle shit.
Spin's not going for you.
No. That's been off the fucking option list for years now. But there you go.
Same.
There you go. Some cool, crazy fucking Facebook shit. Well, people have been coming through with Oscar punishments, so keep those coming. We don't have a clear winner yet, I don't think. Someone suggested that I should have to watch whatever one gay porn movie of the year and watch the whole thing and review it.
I don't hate it.
I've seen a couple more come through, so it's always nice to have some options. So if you think of any ways that I should be punished for losing this year's Oscar bet, get them to us however you can. YouTube comments, Patreon comments, all that shit. Jeff, you were hitting us up about an Alien documentary, which I have been hearing about, and they've been like, I think the first headline I saw about it was like maybe a month or two ago, and it's being billed as like, this is not just like some awesome documentary like, hey guys, remember everybody getting whipped up over Tiger King? Well, wait for this. This is going to change the course of humanity.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just read a little bit about it in the Vanity Fair, and the one of the Outkick writers did like an aggregate story about it. But yeah, it's called the Age of Disclosure. Apparently, they have some government officials in there and like physicists, and like it's gonna be like a legit documentary with like not psychopaths or crazy people, but lucid like people with you would think that have connections to the swamp. I guess you'd say,
Some swamp monsters.
yeah, some swamp aliens.
Because I saw something about this, and I almost thought that this was like, a headline being released to be like, hey, check this documentary out. But they've been working on it for, it seems like 3 years, and this week is South by Southwest in Austin, and it's debuting there. So
Yeah,
I can only imagine this is already been acquired or is going to be made readily available soon, and this is something I'm very much looking forward to because, we talk every now and then about aliens on the show, and we kind of want aliens to exist. It'd be kind of cool, but like, even with all the shit that's come out in congressional hearings of like respectable military people, high up military commanders, footage like dash cams, fucking fighter jet dash cams being released, it's all like, yeah, that's very convincing, but like, you have stopped short of showing me Independence Day. You have stopped short of showing me E.T. Like, give me you found some like sphere that's bouncing around. All right, yeah, that's very clearly something fishy is up. But until I see, a prawn waving at me, or like, someone high-fiving a grayskin, what do they call those things? Like the communion alien, give me some fire in the sky shit. It seems like that's what's coming with this documentary, and I can't wait. I normally don't get this hype for documentaries, but they're billing this as like this is like a game changer.
yeah, dude. Yeah, it's appointment viewing, whatever streaming platform it airs on whenever they decide that after the South by Southwest Film Festival, it will be appointment viewing, and I will check it out. I have pretty much all of the streaming platforms, I believe, so I should have my bases covered. But
Yeah.
if I don't, I will buy whatever and get a monthly subscription, free trial, whatever, for whatever streaming platform it airs on.
I got a couple buddies that are at South by Southwest. I should see if any of them have seen it or going to see it. Because I want to.
I'm surprised you heard about it.
I want, like, if this is like all fucking smoke, like, and it's just going to be more of the same, like some guy being like, "Yep, saw an alien," I will be bummed out. So if I can get like the wind taken out of my sails early before watching it, I would prefer that.
Okay, so what are you hoping to see again?
I think
Like
because
footage?
you and I are in the
Like
same
an
boat,
actual
right?
alien?
Like, no, I don't know if like that would be very hard to keep the lid on footage of actual fucking aliens for 3 years. Maybe they pulled that off, but like I feel like you and I are in the same boat, Jeff. Like, we pretty sure it's there, but just give me something like fucking undeniable,
I guess I don't.
Or am I on the
But
Springs
I don't
page?
need more convincing. It seems like you need more convincing.
You're on the same line as me, Kevin.
You're 99% sure that there are aliens and there's been some sort of interactions, but like, blow the fucking lid off. Like, make me a believer. Push me past that last 1%.
I guess I'm just curious about what you need to see for that.
I need to see something that's not like blurry shit. I need to see something that's more than just some guy being like, yeah, the Air Force, all the time we're encountering things and we don't know what they are. These like things that move unlike pilots and vehicles that we have. It's like, okay, who knows? Maybe there's some fucking super genius somewhere in Russia fucking around with some shit that's beyond what we have. But like, I don't know. Like, shut everybody up where there's not like a single fucking naysayer on Earth that could be like, oh, well, maybe. It's like, nope, aliens. They're fucking here, homie.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, what if they? It's just going to be testimony by who the filmmaker thinks is a credible source. So if they get a former, I'm looking at the description now. Director Dan Farah got 34 senior members of the U.S. government, military, and intelligence community to come on camera. He says they reveal an 80-year cover up of the existence of non human intelligent life and the secret war among major nations to reverse engineer technology of non human origin. So, if they have a government official or a Department of Defense guy saying, like, I worked on this shit, is that going to be good enough? Or is it going to be like, well, you don't have any footage?
You know what I will take? I will take high-ranking officials going off on some Riley Martin shit. And for people who don't know Riley Martin, he was a Stern Show whackpacker who appeared on like all the back in the day daytime talk shows like Jerry Springer and Ricky Lake and all that stuff. And he was basically just like this old black hippie dude who said he was abducted his entire life. And then one day they hit him with a reverse fucking Men in Black ray that let him remember all of it. And he wrote a book, and he did like drawings of all the different alien races that he encountered and fucked. And he drew pictures of their spaceships. And I produced his 1-hour show that was at midnight once a week. And people would call in and kind of just humor him and be like, so, Riley, what was the propulsion technology of these ships? And he'd be like, oh, well, what they had a hyperdrive, and he would just like you couldn't stump him. And people actually did. Like I remember I was like, oh, take this call. And it was a guy trying to like stump Riley, and he was saying like technology and alien races from the video game Mass Effect. And Riley was just like, I have no idea what the fuck this guy is talking about. So like he wasn't just talking out of his ass. Like, he had this whole fucking world created, and he was like, there's the Biavians, there's the reptilians. Like, he had all these alien races. He claimed he had kids with them. So if you get, like, someone being like, yeah, we have been in contact with the government of this alien race, I will be like, that's fucking crazy. That is fucking crazy. I think I'm on board. Despite the fact of me, like, being in the presence of an alien and high-fiving it, that could get the job done.
Oh, I can't wait to revisit this with you and discuss how many alien dicks we're going to suck.
And I hope they interview Tom DeLonge too. At some point, I need a Tom DeLonge talking head where he just pops up. He's like, you see, I told you.
Are you talking about the Blink-182? You're talking about the Blink-182 singer?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is going over my head. Help me here. What the fuck does he have to do with aliens?
He's fucking obsessed with them. Like, when he left Blink-182, he was like, he dedicated all of his time and money to like doing research on aliens. I forget if it's Enema of the State or Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, but there's a Blink-182 song just called Aliens Exist.
Take off your pants and jacket. What a fun thing to say.
The aliens are gonna probe you.
Your Tom DeLonge is great too.
But yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. So I just had to follow up because, you know, Jeff, you send some good fodder in the MSPH group chat from time to time.
I thought the link I sent before that was even more up our alley, but fair enough.
Let's get into that in Patreon land then.
Is it a Shuddy Boys fucking news?
I don't know.
Article? I hope so.
You got to ask him, but if not, it's a fun supplement.
What? I'm sorry.
The link above the link that I sent before the Age of Disclosure article, is that a Shuddy Boy news topic? It's huge. Has something to do with air travel. You know, that's been on the news.
Yeah. Yes, that one is, and so was the other one that you sent before that.
They're going to be covered.
On that.
They're in Shuddy Boys fucking news.
They're both in Shuddy Boy's fucking news.
All right.
But Jeff was supposed to update us on the first one he sent. So I don't know how it ended. So I have to do some independent research in between episodes.
Well, I hope that sufficiently tickled your buttholes. And if it did, you can itch that bungus scratch by going to patreon.com/MadScientistPartyHour. Sign up. There are 2 tiers. If you do the $5 tier, you get the bonus podcast every week that we do after this show. And if you do the $10 tier, you get the video of that and all of the other specialty shows and one-offs like What the Fuck Did I Just Watch with Shuddy and Dom, Dragon Ball Queef, Jeff and I watch an anime and Jeff having to review it, Supermarket Queefs, there's archives of that, Queef or No Queef, Snack Attacks. You can dig back and deep into the archives and find Shuddy Boy doing brapping in inappropriate places. There's 60 seconds with Kevin, Kevin's Nerd Hole. It's been going for 7 years plus. Tons of shit. So if you sign up, you're a first-timer. It's all there. You can hit it in reverse order and really fucking make a marathon out of it. And it also supports your homies who are working tirelessly to bring you guys some great content. So check it out, patreon.com/MadScientistPartyHour. Also, if you would like to see these episodes and not just hear them, you can go to youtube.com/MadScientistPartyHour. It makes the stupid Facebook shit game a lot more fun. And you can also follow us on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
Jeff R. Records.
And at MSPH Podcast. And at John Cooper Movie. If you would like to snag yourself one of these beautiful posters, just had to ship a few of them out this morning because the orders came in when I had already left town. But you can go to etsy.com/shop/John Cooper Movie. There's already fucking scammers out there selling fucking knockoffs, which is crazy. I don't know how that got on the scanner's radar, but do the legit OG one, because no one's faking my signature on those bastards. You can get customized one too. Somebody one time in the early stages of selling these posters wanted it made out to a spaceship shaped like a penis. So I just wrote 2, and then I drew a cock-shaped spaceship. Yeah, if that's what
You're good. You're a good artist.
If that's what tickles your fancy, I will accommodate. You can also check out Outkick Bets with Jeff Clark. What do you guys have on the docket?
The Players Championship, golf's 5th major, connecting with Outkick golf writer Mark Harris to go over our betting cards. Me and my girlfriend's one and done team hit an outright last week, Russell Henley. Me and her got into an argument about who we're going to pick. I thought her decision was stupid. She got mad and nudged me in the direction of Russell Henley, and Russell Henley ended up winning the tournament. So now my girlfriend gets priority and first rights to the golf picks for the foreseeable future. I fucking suck right now.
So wait, did you bet that guy?
Of course not. I didn't believe he could win.
Oh my god!
So I use them in my one and done leagues, and the first place in this one league is $100,000. I mean, there's 4,500 people in it. Before last week, we were 2,900th place, and now we're in the now we're 513th, and we're in the money. And there's still a whole bunch of season left. So. I'll give you my shitty picks, and then I'll give you my girlfriend's good picks tomorrow on Outkick Bets podcast.
There you have it. Check it out, friends. Also, if you would like to donate to my friend Bonnie's marathon run for cancer research for the American Cancer Society, check out the description in the YouTube post for this. It's got a link to where you can donate and help out a good cause and a good friend of the Puminati. and myself. And Jeff and Shuddy.
Love Bonnie bags.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for listening. But until next time, something